De nuevo el peor detective del planeta. Vamos a continuar con esto. Vamos a seguir leyendo. ¿En qué estábamos? ¿Qué tenía que hacer? Pará. Arrebata al ciego. La trampa. Daba la chaqueta. ¿Esta no es Lena?
Hello, dear.
Sí.
It's good to see a familiar face. Thank you for doing that, dear.
Ese cansancio, su furia anterior la
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Probablemente
I'm
sea
sorry,
algo.
dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Timbre la voz, ¿qué está pasando aquí?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
El teniente se mira el zapato cubierto de barro, no dice nada. Nos encargaremos de ello, de cabeza al tajo una vez más. Asumirlo con optimismo desproporcionado. Buena suerte, mi día.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down.
Qué extraño. ¿Por qué no te deja hacerlo? Es como si se hubiera rendido. Se da cuenta, pero he perdido toda memoria del mundo. Me encantaría aprender nuevas. No.
Different? How?
Mientras te mira.
I'm not. It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story?
Encorvada como está ahora, de la impresión de ser más pequeña de lo que es, como una chiquilla triste.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
También lo he visto y usted también.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
Pinchazo arriba en el corazón, un arrepentimiento. Entonces no lo vio.
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too. But now we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
El teniente hace quedarnos, pero no apunta a nada. Sugestión. Bueno.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary. Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Así me parece.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel. Okay, it's 11:13 Taber...
Suspira, no creo que lo vayas a necesitar. Con lo sombrío que es todo, gracias por traer recuerdos.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
El tiempo, una mentira. La esperanza de un necio, pronuncia relaves. Se marcha. El motor la transporta silenciosamente y cuando llega a las puertas la empuja para abrirlas. Afuera cae la nieve.
We should go too.
¿A dónde querés irte vos? Abre la máquina de helados. Pídele ayuda a Suna. Ah. Ya la tenía, ¿no? Hay que ir a abrir la máquina de helados. ¿Está la máquina de helado? Forma física. Así tenía forma física. Esa. Pensé que iba a tener algo más, che. Algo esto que me saque. Pensé que me iba a dejar, che. O sea que voy a necesitar más forma física. Lo que puedo ver... Si puedo abrir esto. Entonces no. Creo que era este. Teatralidad. dos formas físicas. Bueno, vamos a tener que ver qué hacemos. Acertijo del caso. Esta vez una cosa en sinusoide, prueba otra vez, buscar las palabras adecuadas. Instalaba la chaquita, pero... No, pará. ¿Pero cómo hago para lavarla? Es verdad que todavía no empiezo en un buzón. ¿Y qué me falta? Esta vieja que tengo que ir a ver. Tiene que haber un buzón. Por acá.
Yes, for sending mail.
Toda la correspondencia mínimamente una semana se encuentra reunida en este buzón. Lo vaciarán pronto. Probablemente hayas hecho lo correcto. No puedes confiar en la voz de Hablar. Sabes que tarde o temprano
All
te
right,
la
let's go back to Evrard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Eso. Esto ya está. Eso. Pantalla parecen tentadores, pero Kuno y tú no son colegas. Primero tendrás que averiguar qué le ocurrió entonces para echarle guante a ese equipo de alto rendimiento. Hoy está lleno de puertas sospechosas que nadie sabe dónde conduce. Encuentra la forma de entrar y descubre que se esconde en los recovecos más recónditos. Encuentra la forma de entrar al pasadizo secreto. Es re loco que todavía no haya podido entrar. Dentro de un día, eso es mañana. El significado del tatuaje.
Looking for something?
Right to work! right to work. Shame on.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Este capaz que sabe la tatuaje, ¿eh?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Yo no había hablado con este loco.
I am not the first line of defense.
Capta algo artificial, entonces, como si estuviera actuando. No es propio de él, generalmente diremos, pero no soy toda. ¿Qué tiene en su contra?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the Find out for yourself.
Interesting.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma run. Mr. Clare is a man of also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Of course you are. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock, stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has moved on. Tell me, what offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco? I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race. We are the future. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Elysium are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young... No. I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne. And no, you have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Racists are generally not very good examples.
Gritar una pelirroja que se dije, que era que los pelirrojos son
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection.
Los diagramas son precisos y fieles a sus ambiciones pseudocientíficas. Sin embargo, un pequeño apunte: no está completamente exento de retrocesos en el árbol filogenético. Por ejemplo, su mandíbula podría ser un rasgo indicativo de criminalidad, pero los lóbulos de sus orejas podrían ser más pequeños. Quiero decir, esa mandíbula es un claro estigma atávico. Los lóbulos de tus orejas son demasiado grandes. ¿Estás seguro de que no soy criminal?
That atavistic stigmatum makes pussy.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Yo me encargo de esto.
Racist. I am... You exhibit forward projection of the... It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made...
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be...
¿Cómo sabes que habrá otro racista? A mí me gustaba más ser otro.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruded. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Mira por abajo. Ah, sí que ahora esto. Qué retórica. Cómo yo venía a hablar con el gordo este. Qué caña de pescar.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Now, what can Everard Clare? The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Muy bien hecho, Sire. Gracias a la astucia y el engaño lo ha conseguido. ¿Has dado tú la orden de asesinar a la víctima?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
Debe ser la mujer que la compró la pistola, la que descrito como aterradora. Entonces la tiene la mujer que se la compró.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Lo de lucir la pistola no suena bien. Nada de esta suena bien. Luciéndola con gente rara. ¿Quién es?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
La pasma, como dijo Roy. No pinta.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
Puede que nos encontremos ante alguien con un historial clínico abultado.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Harry! By now, you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life.
Tira la mano con orgullo para mostrar el tamaño de los palacetes. Son muy
So the
grandes.
village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it. Reset! I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into... Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
¿De verdad crees que me voy a traer esos bienes inmobiliarios de bajo coste? Si hay algo de verdad en ello, ¿por qué no? Y lo voy a sentir, sabía que debías...
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry.
Su voz suena genuinamente crispada cuando habla del estado general de las cosas, incluso un poco dolida. El dolor es verdadero, ha visto chavales en condiciones peores. Pero habrá una estatua gigante de los hermanos Claire alzándose ante todo ello. Yo sabía que tramaba algo. Espera, pero vas a alzar una estatua tuya. Joyce llevaba razón cuando dijo que estabas tramando. A ver, parece que tiene...
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, workers on welfare, and landowners in Azon hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together. Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job. Just like yours.
Si ella deja entrever un atisbo de pura rabia.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that.
Ay, cómo lo odio a este gordo.
We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of...
Suena como un escopetazo cuando la pronuncia. No acostumbra a decir palabras malsonantes.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't... It's already happening. 2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
Es un contingente considerable para una organización laboral de Revachol. ¿Cómo fue un...?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Los clientes preferirán a un reputado conglomerado multinacional que el mafioso de barrio. No creo que logres esperanza de continuar como hasta ahora. Los clientes subirán demandada.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams. Haven't you seen the crates outside, Harry? There's all sorts of fun stuff inside them. I mean, heck, this one has you and the lieutenant, me, and my novelty swordfish clock.
Se acaba de venir un poco abajo. Te iba a preguntar algo. Quizás debería volver a averiguar algo relevante y preguntarle de nuevo.
Great, Harry, great. I think we've truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off...
Sí, necesita fuerza. Necesita resistencia, necesita voluntad. Para ver el mapa. Imposible, legendaria, ve que forma física, forma física, forma física. Umbral de valor, forma física. Puta madre. Forma física. Sí, déjame ver. Objeto, ropa. Esto va a tener que ser sugestión, escalofrío, umbral de dolor, teatralidad, electroquímica, instinto, lógica, electroquímica, ¿qué otro pantalla no tengo? Ninguno. Otro gorro. Pero qué mierda pasa que no baja.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol. Did you? Wonderful.
Pise una pedazo de plástico azul a través de la finta perlas verdes de sus ojos, mirando de izquierda a derecha, con rapidez y metódicamente como una máquina eléctrica de impresión. Está memorizando tu número de
It is a
placa.
relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious, to say the least. It needs a quick solution, or we will have a bloodbath on our hands.
De hecho, ya he oído lo de la conexión entre el hinchamiento y la huelga, pero necesito su declaración.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security. They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What?
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Serán todos ellos, la decisión ya está tomada. Fua. Tengo que decir que esto no es disco. Quizás las investigaciones puedan hacer piña, ya sabe, compartir recursos y datos de interés.
Surely you're joking. These people are killers. My only hope is that yours provides a single, concrete suspect before they indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
El avispón gigante de Cernis, el segundo insecto más grande del mundo, puede matar 40 abejas por minuto y un grupo de 30 puede diezmar a una colmena entera de 20.000 abejas en menos de 4
These men
horas.
work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
Las armas de avancarga deben recargarse tras unos o 2 disparos, las automáticas cada 1 o 2 minutos.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Ya ves que metes el gran derramamiento de sangre del que te estaba hablando. No creo que pase antes. Tendrían que salir mal demasiadas cosas. No está describiendo un escenario demasiado sombrío.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
Tal vez yo pueda calmar la situación.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the...
Consulta con celuleta con la ceja marcando una expresión concentrada.
We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock work. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe. If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
¿De dónde sacude la
I can't
cabeza?
remember.
El teniente estaba poniendo a prueba. Primero se pide un pequeño detalle para ver si lo conocía mejor que lo que aparenta. Ha pasado.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was...
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age. Or...
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. Oranese. Or Messinian, maybe. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Soy omite de Esquirol, el que se encuentra en el acceso del puerto, vociferando todos los eslóganes. Apenas mantiene su disfraz.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, The situation at the gate is a powder keg.
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I hope I can answer it better. Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be, until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Se acerca al hambre y coge la foto y sostiene con su mano durante medio minuto en silencio. Lleva unos minutos, tiene las uñas muy cortas y fracturadas como le dan a una mujer.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Tiene los labios relajados, la línea de expresión de su boca se desvanecen, las perlas que son sus ojos se mueven lentamente escudriñando la superficie de la fruta.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map them. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. There's quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this. Revershoal. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revershoal in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of...
El viejo mundo se va y el nuevo mundo ha llegado
You
para
said you can't
quedarse.
read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their...
Bredefort tiene una academia militar. Hubo un conflicto en las islas Semeninas. Hace poco lo ejecutaron en Revershoal.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident.
Para todos los chicos en busca de aventuras, una mancha de sangre en los mares.
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Seguro que hay otras personas a las que les puedo preguntar sobre el tatuaje. Eso no es necesario para completar la tarea. Gente, es una peligrosa tarea secundaria. Busca en otro lugar. Necesito la información. Tiene razón, eso no es bueno.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. Is there anything else I can help?
Ok. Y por acá tiene que estar la roca. ¿O no? libertad. Siendo pasar por un agente de policía, me reúne con ella cerca de la antigua lonja a partir de la 22 para recuperar la contraria en el paseo marítimo más allá de la aldea pesquera. Aldea pesquera. Paseo marítimo. Esto no es acá, ¿no? Paseo marítimo. Parece que en la otra ciudad. Cerca del paseo marítimo. Paseo marítimo. Ok. Está re loca, en serio. Instinto, electroquímica, empatía, lógica, enciclopedia, umbral de dolor. Qué sé yo, vamos a ver.
Put your hands where I can
Uf,
see
qué
them.
cagazo me pegué.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands.
De su espalda suena una sirena policial y pila recarga de basura. El espectáculo de luces revela una pistola en su temblorosa mano. Su mano... Pará. Su mano tiembla a causa de algún tipo de enfermedad.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Aquí estás en peligro. La mujer tiene un grave problema. Está totalmente descontrolada.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress.
El terror envuelve sus ojos. La vena de su frente se
I
hincha.
am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous. Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
¿Qué es esto? Coordinación ojo-mano. Coordinación ojo-mano, pero no tengo coordinación ojo-mano, boludo.
It's a goddamn police shitbag. Hug the pavement. You're under arrest.
Ay Dios, a medida que agita más percibes ampollas y paquetes de aspecto familiar que sobresalen de la montaña de equipo policial a su espalda. Medicamentos, droga.
Officer in need of assistance. Suspect at large. Get on the ground.
Está re loca mal.
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Big red key. Big red key.
Che, pero... Pasa que no tengo coordinación, ojo.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Ya sabes quién soy, papá, todo el mundo lo sabe, ya no lo jodan. Teniente y evolución. Este mi compañero tiene un dragón.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
Ahora mismo hay toda una escena desarrollándose en cabeza. No tiene nada que ver con lo que está pasando.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
No se cree que los dos seáis agentes de policía, pero si ella tiene razón y soy un impostor. Este es mi uniforme, no me cerro y mire, mi compañera, en serio, somos policías. Somos policías de verdad. Mire.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in, dispatch. Sect.
No son palabras cabras, pero borrea sin sentido. Se nos va lo más mínimo.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
Pero... Me va a morir, bro. No puedo hacer nada. Pah. Confusa, si te mueves rápido encontrarás una apertura, si no el teniente tiene tiro. Por lo que más quiera, no cuentes con ello. Quedó comprobado que las gafotas no sabe disparar. No, me conozco, sé que voy a fallar. Pistolita por ti, voy a intentarlo. No me voy a arriesgar por arma alguna, retirarte lentamente. Intuición periférica, el teniente libera el gatillo que tenía medio apretado.
I almost blew her head off.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
Trinca la pistola, la de ella, podría ser la única.
never cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Esta máquina con extremidades y cabeza de dolor y sufrimiento indigno se va detenido. Ya no quiere sentir ni pensar nada más, harta de caminar por
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
Siento que su vida haya tomado este rumbo, a tocar cuidadosamente. Su curtida piel mantiene la calidez, pero la persona que hay dentro.
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8, and loneliness.
Sí, se le pasa por escuchar demasiado, pero creo que lleva razón, de sentir.
Yeah, looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now. I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, we could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Sí, teñirle una de esas situaciones, y me parece que esto es trabajo para Titus. No quisiera alimentar el gozo de los chicos de Hall, no son polis de nosotros, sí, creo que podemos dejar la silla.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we are done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Está ahí con el piquete, sin nada más que un montón de ropa y luces, y si la registras... Se dice una gorra de policía. También había un arqueótipo que te está planteando hacerte con ellos, sacudirle el hombro, coger la gorra. La mujer ni se muta mientras desengancha la gorra de teniente que pesta familiar la montaña.
Oh, is that yours?
La mujer no reacciona ante... Pirulina y la botella de speed como prueba, claro está. No la he consumido, no parecía drogada, la he confiscado más o menos lo que conoces tú.
You're taking those, are you? Sure. I guess that's fine.
Ok, ya estamos entonces. Herramientas. Sí, pues si no tengo bala, no puedo hacer mucho igual. Ropa. Autoridad. Reacción. Un poquito de autoridad. Titus Jade y su muchacho que se encarguen de la Pampa, la mujer catatónica del paseo marítimo, por tanto su problema y su responsabilidad. le hacía a la vieja de afuera.
Good night, officer.
Mi cruzamiento costero aúlla y golpea la ventana de la choza. De cuando en cuando las olas se arrotan bajo el cimiento produciendo un leve zumbido. Escucha. La estancia parece aislada al sonido, como si te calaras un gorro hasta las orejas. Fuera sopla un viento frío, pero tú te encuentras a resguardo, cómodo y a salvo. ¿Qué significa este lugar para ti? Podemos sentar en silencio y ver hasta morir. Para la parte costera la operación es gratis, lo cual ya le da muchos puntos por vivir aquí. Sello encerrar el nido de las gaviotas por encima de tu cabeza, muy por debajo de las aves perdura un malecón de madera lleno de puestos, mesas y bancos abandonados, resonando como el eco de una época perdida. En una choza ruinosa a las afueras de aldea pesquera se encuentra un hombre de mediana edad escuchando el zumbido del calefactor. Gracias. No espera, he cambiado de opinión, quiero volver a elegir. Fuera el aullido de viento se acrecienta, las olas chocan una palmada contra los pilones de madera, piensas pensamientos, pero como si lo hicieras con la voz de otra persona. Mira. ¿Qué sé yo? ¿Esto qué era? Coordinación. Al otro lado de la creación, el sistema de clasificación de la área azul se nana. El colchón es suave y las sábanas cálidas, solo te los instantes de no alejarte del mundo. Pensamiento, nene. 1.000.000 de pequeñas luces en la oscuridad es un buen instrumento, hermano. Todas esas caras y todo ese nombre, todas las risas y sus gritos y maquinaciones en cada esquina, en cada calle. Todo grabado en ti para siempre, en cinta magnética, girando en la eternidad, girando en el vacío. Girando en la eternidad. Sigue y sigue durante incontables horas en la discoteca en la que le pediste por primera vez que bailara contigo, ascendiendo sobre la oscura curvatura, la gran curvatura del sueño tachonada de estrellas. Y aquí que hay millones de ellos ahí abajo, la primera vez que la última vez. El humo en su boca, las flores en las macetas, los rostros girando, cambiando. ¿Qué es esto? Es el mundo pequeño, Harry, y tú estás hecho de él. Cada día que estás ahí fuera sacas más provecho de él. Me temo que ya no se te puede deshacer. Nunca te podrás olvidar de esa mirada, los colores, la voz, la lluvia, la nieve, él no quiere ser hermoso. Todo es un broken es incesante, un remolino que escupe palabras e imágenes. Puedes ser el hijo del mundo, Harrister, un incansable agente que recoge basura de periódicos viejos, que colecciona envoltorios del chicle y postales con imágenes absurdas, recuerdos sin sentido. Leyendo tus horribles cartas y recordando cosas, verdad, de los interminables nombres del mundo, eres una libreta de direcciones, el mapa de una ciudad. Te volverás loco si sigues adelante con esto. Un día más y te sentarás en la mesa de los chiflados, estoy seguro. ¿Y para qué, hermanito? Por la pasta, por el bien mayor. Para resolver tus pequeños crucigramas, cumplir con tus tareas y tachar nombres de tus listas. Intentar convertirte en una especie de detector de mundos no servirá de nada. No devolverá el humo a su boca. Solo me interesa mi propio interés económico, emprender pensamiento. Estamos haciendo progresos, comedidos firmes, a la mierda la política. Otra vez con lo de siempre, monudo animal político está hecho nuestro. Harry sigue sin darse cuenta que es el mundo quien lo está cambiando a él. No tiene ni idea de dónde se mete, ¿por qué? Porque solo el amor puede romper el corazón, sentirlo mucho. Suena Harry, el circo disco sigue. Has dormido 3 horas a duras penas. Hazlo por el viento. Hazlo por el rompecabezas, júntalo todo, resuelve el mundo, conversación a conversación. Bien, esta vez despierto, escucha algo mal. Hay algo que lleva mosqueándote varios días. Es una sospecha, o mejor dicho, una sensación de que las cosas no van como iban por estos lares. Una deducción devastadora por parte de tu psiqui. ¿Con qué nos sorprenden los chicos esta vez? Cada día que pasa las cosas se descontrolan más y más. El centro no se sostiene y a pesar de su esfuerzo por moderar y contener esas energías parece que las cosas solo empeoran. Yo pienso efectivamente bien. Atajemos esto ya. ¿Qué hay que hacer? Debes hallar a aquel que porta la responsabilidad. Ya estaba atribuyendo responsabilidad a lo del asesinato para ser más claro. Le está dando vueltas a una estrechez que mira sin propia. Que esto no es ninguna dictadura, no puedes agenciarte una responsabilidad así como así, debe conferida por alguna autoridad legítima, como un comité. Solamente más equilibrada de mar tenés tu hermano el teniente. Es un punto de partida idóneo. Juntos descubriréis quién es el responsabilidad de quien revicha. Y si es necesario contaréis con la sabiduría y la experiencia para distribuirla entre vosotros. ¿Qué sería yo? Lo más probable es que tus hallazgos se vean reflejados en un informe que será cuidadosamente revisado. Una vez ya revisado, esos mismos superiores emitirán una serie de recomendaciones para seguir en la próxima reunión del comité. Buena suerte, estaremos aguardando impacientes tu informe. ¿Ya estará acá? Ahora tengo que ir a buscar. No, está acá. Yo tengo que ir a ver las trampas o no. Acertijo de casa. No. Eso ya está. Esto ya está. El tatuaje de la víctima. ¿Quién denunció el crimen? No. Entonces no tengo que hacer nada más en la trampa. ¿Y estos? Ahora lo vamos a comprar.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
He hablado con Joyce en el escenario que habéis colgado. Bueno.
What's that, copper? You want us to help little old ladies?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who? God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Courant.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Big? No? Well, whatever then, copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was...
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with? Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Be anything else you wanted to know? Was? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls.
Niño, eso debió ser años. La señora estaría mejor para ver cómo se los niños mantenían cuerda.
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like...
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Más bien, ¿quién no querría? Uniforme marrón que rojo motorizado que te ser policía una profesión respetable. No puedo sino sentirme parcialmente responsable de la cultura poco sólida de la que se aferrará por el mejor reglamento.
No, I didn't. Because I'm not fucking stupid.
Yeah, cop. That's some pretty fucking weird shit. Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it.
No problemo.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Prisa nerviosa se nota el subión de adrenalina. Así están formando una especie de tribunal y vienen por nosotros, obvio.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the...
Yeah. A well-oiled murder.
Los ánimos se van calentando, se siente confiado, listo para machacar el pelotón entero. Me sabía que un solo avispón gigante sarizano puede llegar a mar. Esto es de los craneles, un mal asunto, no soy verdad. Los mercenarios llevan arma automática, dice yo, y que se han revelado, están descontrolados.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ester 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. I guess we're gonna see.
Un fraseo titubeante, si cree que no.
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees. We're men. We're...
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army. And the Madres.
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Send back to...
These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you...
No, they're not. They're... What do you mean? Okay. No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Autoridad. A ver esto. Aún no es la hora. No sé qué mierda es eso.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Como mierda entro ahí, todavía no sé, boludo. La mina esta.
Hey,
Todo el mundo es una puta. Pues sí que te la tengo que romper. No sé, está raro, amigo. Eso sí. No, eso no. Esto. Mapa, para. Compostura. Abstracción. Forma física, contenedor de basura. Contenedor de basura. Empatía, voluntad, autoridad, sugestión, retórica, spirit de corpse. O sea que no tengo nada, bro. A ver. Este ya lo tiene. Sí, pero yo tengo spirits, corpse. Este chabón.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Ese boludo. ¿Este qué onda?
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
before I squeal, pig.
Parece preocupado y me preguntaba por qué te tienen depresión. ¿Por qué se fuera tan raro? Peque.
Stay away from me, pig! You don't want to... I'll die before I squeal. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You
don't be traumatizing her!
I'll die before I... What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games.
Get the fuck out of her face! You got...
Así que es una chica. Interesante.
I'll die before I...
Percepción.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno does...
Cosas que... Esto, amigo. Quiero ir acá arriba. ¿Cómo voy acá arriba?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Para aquí.
No, you're not. Enforcing proper conduct in an amateur pétanque game is not...
What do you mean, officer?
Si te lo guardas puede ser que te dé algo de ventaja si alguna vez la necesites.
Thanks. Is there something we can help you?
Retórica. Saga retórica. Tengo retórica, sí. Retórica.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Vale, esto es lo que haremos. Diplomacia de chantaje. El chantaje más rápido, eficaz y deja menos causa. Dame su trabajo, chef, pero hay alguna cosa que yo haría de otra forma.
Well, yes. I mean, no need to... I'm not sure I understand what's happening here, officer. Oh, you're right, of course, officer. It can't be...
Afortunado, todo el mundo vive. ¿Qué quería el sándwich, amigo? El sándwich aún se ve fresco y nutritivo, robando ser comida. Que todo el mundo sea parte. Esto seguro que mancha. A ver, che. Ok. Vamos a guardar el sándwich. Lo vamos a comer después si me llega.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Con postura también.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Sugestión. Pero no tenía sugestión puesta, bro. Empatía. Puede ser que no tenga sugestión. Ok, sugestión. Autoridad. Así ya vamos haciendo todo, bro.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Porque ya os conocéis y te has estado hablando tan abiertamente porque ya lo habías hecho antes un momento, entonces me conoces, nos hemos visto antes pensando bien, a lo mejor no debería recordar.
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time, before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologizing to everyone. I don't really understand what you've done wrong. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. No, you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
Los ojos trágicos de un drogadicto chiflado, eso es lo que quería decir, y seguro también hacía muecas. Menos mal que no he dicho ojos idos en voz alta, Somor anda por aquí. Sí, joder, debería ponerte hasta el culo ahora mismo. Ponte unas lentejuelas, chaval. No tienes que preocuparte por eso, preocupate por lo importante. Entonces, ¿por qué no me has dicho desde el principio que ya nos conocíamos?
I didn't know I had to do that.
Ya no me divierte este jueguecito de las gracias. Hoy he aprendido algo sobre mí.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
¿Todo era para eso? Te puedo creer, boludo. Esta era, ¿no? Espíritu cobro y escalofríos. Necesito estos.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Empatía necesito.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in part.
A snazzy, shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy.
Yeah, tribal shit.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in...
Calavera, eso es un buen nombre para una organización. ¿Quién sois?
I can tell you who we're not, cop.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and...
The part of this presentation you want to take home with...
De acuerdo, démonos el placer de un pequeño intercambio intelectual. Estos jóvenes parecen ansiosos por compartir sus ideales.
You don't know?
The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the best.
Los inmortales son los sindicatos del crimen.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting in...
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the...
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
What about them?
Volverte salmón, ¿por qué pone un mundo de mierda?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship.
Me pregunto si la poética viene con la chaqueta o si deriva de algo totalmente...
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking some what. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels...
Odio admitirlo, pero en algún modo extraño tiene razón.
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself... What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is...
Parece que el joven tiene experiencia en al menos un campo, aunque sea bastante limitada. Es una coincidencia que haya dos chaquetas cojonudas para dos policías cojonudos.
Yes? Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Condescendiente cuando la suerte se cruza en nuestro camino. Chaqueta, te están metiendo.
What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit.
Pues vaya historia de orígenes para el dúo dinámico.
So are we done here? Or... You don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you? Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
pesar de su postura nihilista, a esta chavala no le falta idealismo juvenil. El teniente a tu izquierda es inusualmente indulgente con ellos. ¿Quién es Van Eyck? Porque...
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized. Yep, oldest.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them. Because we can be just as psycho and vicious.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in.
Descolócalo. Mencionaba que podría... ¿Estás seguro que con Calavera diría algo así?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so...
This is definitely something the Skulls would say. But we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls' branding anyway. On the contrary, we're just here to market it.
Así que solo fíjate de tanta gana ya de generar.
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like...
Or a grave.
Pero que tenga le falta cerebro. No sería de una tumba sobre de tumba, básicamente un agujero enorme que tienen de duro estos agujeros.
Mm-hmm.
Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean...
These punks don't know anything.
Hey! Stop right there!
Ah, suena a epistemología, un campo central.
Exactly. How can one know shit?
What if it's art?
Tal vez es verdad, el arcado podría ser un mero decorado de una obra. Nosotros, el público, podría ser el caso si una leyenda.
So what do you think we know?
Instinto, pero no tengo instinto, me parece. No, sí tenía instinto. Petroquímica. Instinto, menos instinto era. Todavía no he encontrado nada.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab.
Se tensa la músculo y se le hinchan las venas del cuello. Ten cuidado, se esfuerza por guardarse algo muy dentro y no quisiera verlo derrotar. Había que decirlo, no fue una frase ni de cabaña solución.
Fucking bug.
Mucha crujir la pequeña radio molecular. Viste, o sea, hay un tribunal y eso no pasa mucho tiempo.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
Don't think so.
Actually, I think we should maybe even get going now.
Hola, Wandering Man.
No. Es que no veo otra cosa, che. Ah, tengo que hacer el auto. Espera.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Con el Lázares.
Right.
10-4, come in. Fireworker. Over. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is...
Siento bien sentarse, no encontré.
10-4, sir. Roger that. And very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment.
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Great. Have a medal. I have an autopsy to attend to.
Fucking, I'm not dead. It just hurts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line.
Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Oye, como se tensa otra. Sinceramente no me encuentro muy cómodo compartiendo con ustedes.
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from... You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that?
Entonces, admite que dejar su trabajo porque alguien le pidiera salir es exagerar.
Please, don't bring Gar into this.
Dios, ¿por qué no puede ocuparse de su propio asunto? Murmura.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, not me. No.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer.
Okay. You mean, why did I... What? No, why would you even... Please, don't bring Gar in... I already said I don't...
Anything else I can help you with? 57.
No sé qué hacer, boludo. Que para este necesito... Todavía no sé cómo carajo ir ahí arriba, boludo. Percepción. Percepción. Puede ser que no puedo ir para ahí arriba, boludo.
Hello, hello. Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like that. Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism.
Desconoce que pueden ser los caminos afóticos, pero el tatuaje del hombre no lo son.
Another time, perhaps.
Sigamos camino. Pobre mi autito. Tiene que hacer algo con esta.
Waves are beginning. What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Okay.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
Muy conceptual. No estaba en la onda, fue un accidente, lo siento. Al parecer me pilló una buena curva.
An installation. Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think.
Estoy metido en una investigación.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about...
Tomando interior, alguien ha estado leyendo filosofía gaudiana de finales de siglo, mantén la compostura, ¿vale? Pero ni se me fue, lleva mucho tiempo de esfuerzo, ¿no?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you gonna bury it? Who to take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature...
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Es un tema que no nos sobre el tiempo para desempeñar más actividades frívolas como renovar la zona.
Absolutely. Things like what, for example?
Sugestión. Esta vieja no tiene nada. Estúpido tampoco. Esta vieja no puede lavar la campera.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the way I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour.
Vamos a ir aquí para allá sin detenernos, sin una tortura quedarse aquí.
I could use a breather before another rainy day begins.
Well, hand it over then, and must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Umbral de dolor, instinto. Ya está buena la chaqueta esta de mierda. ¿Cómo se ve? Esa no era la que quería, este era. Está buena, loco. Umbral de dolor distinto. ¿Se la va a dar o no?
Tequila sunset. My jacket? What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Faum? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Es más que evidente cómo este hombre llegó a perder su llave, su negocio, su amigo, su novia. Estoy seguro, es neurológico.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift. Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned.
Okay.
¿Qué le pasa a este?
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. It's good to see you looking like a proud officer of the RCM. It's important for the people of Martinez to know we are here. Officers above the rank of sergeant are granted wide discretion when it comes to their uniforms. The idea is that civilians are more likely to open up to someone who's not dressed like a typical... You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
No acepta consejos de moda de alguien que se viste como un correo.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective. Anyway, we should probably get back to the case.
Era conectividad, ¿no? Esto era espíritu, visión espacial. Y esto, umbral de dolor e instinto. cabeza a huevo.
But there was no question. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car. All right.
Hardcore. Ah! The question is, what? But there was a question? We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally
all car. All right. Yeah.
Hardcore. Ah! Is it though? One mind, one spirit. There's no other word.
¿Qué mierda tengo que decir?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is a mega. Internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko kata. It's the mess. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Hardcore. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
No te alarmes, todo bien. En realidad no está preocupado, todo sigue siendo super hard. Lo que probablemente quiere decir podría serlo aún más. Dijiste que estaba preocupado, ¿qué crees que pasa?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the heart. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? Isn't something holding it back from being It's like it's only...
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right.
En todo caso, sería un tanto pronto, como si aún no estuviera formada del todo. Puede que seas un alcohólico moribundo y un policía fracasado, pero tiene bastante claro que una cosa no puede ser a la vez proto hiper hard, es super hard, es solo ultra hard, no es proto, no es hard, no es...
Fuck yeah! I knew it! No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop, too. He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Y mejor si tenemos opiniones extremas sobre un tema...
Oh, sure! I can do that! If you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
Please don't turn him into a moral. I don't even know what to say to that.
Soy moralista, casa vuole, equilibrio, necesito tu ayuda. No seas moralista, espera que estoy diciendo, debería considerar. Ese camino requiere una insensata, matices inalcanzables para la mayoría de la...
I can be an ultra. If you want that, you...
Please don't turn him into an...
Oh, jeez. Please don't do that. There's enough exploitation in the world.
Capital rules the nation. Eats the poor. Dark hardcore.
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love. Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange damage... Alright!
Hi again. So, goodbye. Huh? I see you're here again. Off the sticker. You mean the yellow one? Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want to ask about it? The dead guy's smiling. He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, is not tasteful or outwardly harmful. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. It is. I guess one could write it into... Nah. Still strongly out of sync. You heard me.
Hacer nada,
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean. Shoot.
Empatía. Me imagino que ya estarías... Los otros me dijeron que entraste en Elysium, que viste dentro.
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me.
Es menos propensa a hablar sobre el hombre cangrejo que lo demás.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say... And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that.
Like a crab, you say?
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes? Good, so you believe me. You should go tell this to Andre. He'll know what to do next. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but... I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried...
En efecto, se limitó en su lugar, optaste por omitir la verdad. Era forzado más, engañar a un policía no es moco de pavo, no me importa, estoy loco, solo quería informarte.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control... May I ask? What did you tell them? Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
Vamos a la iglesia. Ya lo había hecho, ¿no? Ya lo había hecho. Ok, no se puede pasar por acá. vuelta, boludo.
Yes. Yes. Lily's our mum.
Y queda patada de la piedra, se arrepiente y tiene la cabeza, boludo.
You're stupid. Okay. You're stupid.
Parece típico que...
You're stupid.
Bastante tontos son. ¿Qué? Un fan mío inclinado sobre la pared. Ok, tranquilo, será el falso de fan mío. Vale, no hay infame, ni siquiera es orgánico ser un atizador descansando.
Hello, mister. Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything. Bye!
Ok.
Danko. Danko.
The
legend! He's back.
Tequila sunset. Of course. Drink first, story later.
Ah, esto decía que había que venderlo, ¿no?
Classy. The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. There are many variations on...
Are you telling the story of the...
Shut the fuck up, Rose. Summer... Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see? A headless man, wearing a found tracksuit, riding a horse, rumored to be searching for his legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head.
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back of another headless man. Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Het had to endure years of... Gertrude Het may have been the first to witness the headless...
Tell him about the two feminists.
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were
This wouldn't be the Ponte Delgado.
What?
I read the case file, but please.
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula DuPont and Eva Delgado are the wind picks up. A sky already dark now. The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eve, when she sees something, her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby... But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless... Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock. Her body is never recovered. Word on the street is that she, you know, gave herself facial deconstruction.
That part, at least more or less, corresponds to the case.
See? Told you. Anyway, that's the story of the headless Faun rider. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeple...
Ni siquiera la decapitación consiguió detener su comportamiento por el deporte.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree. Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse...
Por alguna razón, esta te parece la teoría más probable. Tengo el presentimiento de que era el poli encubierto. Yo también querría venganza. Me puedo creer que el jinete parecía más comprometido con su deporte. De acuerdo a tu teoría, parece más probable.
Isn't it? All the pieces fit together. Anyway, to each his own. You want to hear any other stories?
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then... Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that. I have to admit, that's pretty high concept. No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Aye, I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
I actually do have one. The strange... Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me... Not much, but it will do. This last one is the most Martinez story. I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months now, and in that time I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching all kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, you know, obsessive types. Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard. And the first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was... I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary... There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big and... That is, if he even existed. Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. But then something turned. You see, it's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand. You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so... Now, as you might imagine, Snorting that much. Hey, tequila, pay attention. The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his... Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine." I know, tequila, I know. But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered near... That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritsian pure. There are those who believe the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those... The cocaine skull. Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, that's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there. Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the Elysium.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can con...
Amigo, pregunta, ¿de dónde consigue uno una pared?
Don't listen to him or his grandma.
No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or not.
Or maybe it's in the air. Or in...
¿Qué planean hacer con las...?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum. The gangsters say they want to sell it on the black... I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like...
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the... The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some... By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on just a minute. For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to... And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull just... It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless...
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this.
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance. Not that I can think of, currently. That might be the case, yes.
Bordeando la costa. ¿Se puede pasar por acá? Bueno. consigue que hacer, es una responsabilidad. Listo, amigo. Carajo. Tía. Voluntad. Que diga, ya puedo hacer, ya no puedo hacer de manera, es un hombre diferente, más fuerte, más sano y que no es más sano porque ya he vivido tanto que te haya hecho olvidar todas las relaciones pasadas con un primer olvido de todas.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God. It's you. My God. Michelle. Why did you even call?
Esto es una cosa, te quería morir esa parte. No responde, pero ella es su respiración. El video sopla. Tu mano se enfría, tu aliento es visible, formando pequeñas bocanas plateadas. Acabado, podemos rayar.
Ever since I came to work here, as if my mind's been wiped clean.
Intenta una vez más no llorar y sigue siendo incapaz de conseguir lo suyo. Sí, otra vez viejo cilindro en el fondo, la rabia vuela en tu pecho. Es un anillo que pensaba como que siempre parece que yo tengo la culpa. Llora cuanto quiera, grabación de... Cada tanto oyendo y soy capaz de distinguir una sola palabra. Pero la grabación continúa. El timético de un teléfono resuena en la oficina mientras un par de tacones pasan por su lado como una manta cálida. Le responde el petardeo de la estática va aumento como la gota de lluvia creciente. Una voz femenina completamente distinta al anterior responde gloriosa y plena penetrando en tu cabeza. Sus Para hablar son demasiado frías como para comprender la abuela de lámpara de sodio y los...
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together,
necesito empatía. Creo que tenía... Ahí está. Bueno, por hoy lo vamos a tener que dejar acá. Hacemos así. Y yo le voy diciendo a ustedes que me voy a dormir. Acá vamos a ver una serie. No se olviden de poner like, suscribirse. Si están en Kik, Twitch, síganme que no los voy a defraudar. Y nos vamos a ir viendo la próxima. Gracias por estar, gente. Espero que les haya gustado.